But back to your point, to what you were saying about these bloodlines. Now, listen. These instances you're bringing up right now, though. Finish your thought, though. I don't want to cut you off. You had a thought you trying to finish, bro?
Yeah, like my whole thought on that is like, man, you know, a lot of stuff though, bro. Like people just gotta like pause and like again, man, just ask themselves, man, why is it that like, you know, I do what I do? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, man, why is it that like, you know, like, man, I feel this way? You know, like, man, you know, like, they gotta ask themselves, like, man, you know, or the world even told me who to be. You know what I'm saying? You know, people gotta ask themselves, like, you know, questions like, you know, like, man, you know, like, what type of man they want to be. You feel me? Like, you know, like, man, like, what do you have set out, you know what I'm saying, you know, for your family, you know, like, your legacy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And what can we do collectively to bring about change? You feel me? Like, because it ain't just about, like, one player. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's about all of us together.
Mm-hmm.
And if we come together, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, man, we could put our energy, you know, cause you just think about the whole technology of a gun. Like, who invented a gun? You know, I'd be like, man, who invented, like, the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who invented, like, man, who ever even had this ideal that we could capture audio?
For
you know what I'm saying? And then play it back.
I'm gonna build
so I'm like,
something.
Man, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so how much more can we put our mind to, or so many things that's not even here yet that, you know what I'm saying, that could be here or less here that we haven't even, like, tapped into it fully because, you know what I'm saying, you know, we so concerned about bigger than one another when I be like, man, it's so much bigger than us. We don't even see it. We could be making new weapons to free us. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We could be making new buildings that could save us from tornadoes and hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know what I'm saying? We could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, collectively, we could be worried about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like how to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, he built a machine to capture water, you know what I'm saying? You know, from the atmosphere. I'm like, how dope was that?
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but how much of our stuff do, you know what I'm saying? You know, we just give away too. And like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that we can't own our own power? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, do we even know how to create, you know what I'm saying, electricity? Do we even understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like, who we are? Like, what we made out of, and, you know what I'm saying, everything, and how that all ties back into Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because if we are healers, and we are those that set people free, you know what I'm saying, but then by what means are we doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, by what means are we, you know what I'm saying, you know, like, really, you know what I'm saying, you know, out here, you know what I'm saying, you know, like, man, you know, caring for the people who, you know what I'm saying, still in slavery. The prisons, a.k.a. You know what I'm saying? That's slavery. Like, that's the plantations.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and we don't call them plantations, we call them prisons. But that's the plantations.
When you find out what they're really doing out there, it's like, dog, y'all, it really tripped me out to know that they was working, like, on, like in the fields.
Yeah, picking cotton.
Just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then, but then when you read the laws and you see, like, the intention of the prisons and who you are at that point, it's like, oh, y'all think y'all slick. But they really don't think they slick because they don't care. It's right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But when you own, it's like, yeah, you're property of the state. Like, what?
And not just so much property of the state too, but now it's so much private prisons and so many people buying land.
Yeah.
I always used to be like, man, how do we even have to take ownership to even land though, right? How we take, you know, like, man, this land is not, like, this land for everybody.
Yeah.
So how can one, you know what I'm saying, just think about it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like, this earth, how can we stake claim to this land?
I know what you're saying. That's the same thing the Indians was asking them pilgrims. And they was like,
you know what I mean?
And they were like, shut up and take these blankets. And then,
you know,
and then them smallpox with the kicking in.
And it goes back to, like, that whole, like, man, like, you know, that ownership, like, you know what I'm saying? I think, like, you know, like that, like, man, I gotta be in control of this. I gotta master this. Like, I was thinking, like, you know how some people feel like, you know, people like, man, you know, white men, they scared of us. I like, no, they not, man. That's the stupidest thing I heard. The reason why I say it's stupid is because, like, they going, you know what I'm saying, everywhere. You know what I'm saying, everywhere. And we used to go everywhere. You know, like, man, we showed everything that we knew how to do and do. You know what I'm saying, and they took it, you know what I'm saying, and they duplicated it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we killed their fear of us. Because, you know what I'm saying, like, of how we are with each other.
Wait a minute. We cured what fear of us?
Nah, I said we killed their fear of us.
Yeah, we killed what fear of them towards us? How do you say that?
Yeah, I said, man, like we killed the white man fear towards us, right? Or whatever, or any. I don't want to say like like any person even fear.
Are you talking for like the women also?
Yeah, I'm talking about for the women also. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of us, right? Like like man, we hate each other so. I don't say hate each other.
No. It's hate. It's hate.
Yeah, but we at each other's neck so hard. You know what I'm saying? So hard to where. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even a threat because you know what I'm saying. We're weak.
You mean as a people? You mean
as a people? Yeah, as a people.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking about like individual situations and scenarios. I'm like, you think white folks ain't scared of black folks?
No. I'm talking about as a people.
Oh, I know that. I know that as a fact. Well, we are not a force at all. No, we're not a force at all because we're not together. But I'm thinking you talking about like, just like, so you think they don't lock the door when you walk past?
No, they absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
All right, I'm about to say, all right, okay.
I'm talking about like, man, as for like the systems and stuff like that.
No, I know what you're saying. We're a non-factor.
We're non-factor, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's why I tell everybody, man, we got to start having more babies. You know what I'm saying? People look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, man, it's a numbers game. I said, man, like if we're outnumbered, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, just think about how many, you know what I'm saying? Think about how many kids we would have had it not been for abortions. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many kids we would have if it had not been for like even condoms. Like, think about how many, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, or whatever. Think about how many babies that we could just have. Let's just like what kind of population will we be looking at right now?
But then what would that do though? Because it's my thing. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say. Let me see how to say this. I don't want to seem as though, when it comes to the black and white stuff, at the same time, at the end of the day, we're Christian. So I don't ever want to get into a situation, a scenario where it seems as though like I'm planning something like a takeover. Like, it ain't like we're going to take over. What I'm saying is...
Yeah. No, I ain't talking about no takeover. But
all I'm saying is we already in chaos. More of us means more chaos. Unless you talking about more marriages. But more children ain't going to help nothing.
Yeah, I'm talking about, man, look. I'm talking like, man, what happened if we did it the right way? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, like from like, a father being a father, you know what I'm saying? A husband being a husband.
Oh, no, they have to respect us. They would listen, and I hate to say this like this because we're not talking about them, we all us. But they would fear us. There's proof of that already. When black folks were educated, they were slaughtered. No matter where they were at, whenever they made their own communities, even off to the side, not even trying to be around certain people, they would come and seek them out because they didn't want them growing into anything.
Know what it sounds like to me?
When we're together, we are a factor. But as long as we're at each other's necks, like you said, we're a non-factor.
We sound like Cain and Abel.
Okay, you said you know what that sounds like?
Yeah, it sounds like Cain and Abel, right? We sound like,
Who's Cain and who's Abel?
I'm saying like, like in a sense of like,
Or are you talking about just black folks?
Yeah, it's just black and white folks, you know what I'm saying? Could be a dynamic of Cain and Abel where, you can have one group just saying like to another group, like, like, man, I'm going to kill them just because they're offering to the Lord. It's more appealing than my offering. I get the Lord this. But they really doing this? Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
surely not. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
chaos. Like you said, it's not a matter of like black and white, but it's a matter of like, you know, like
Okay,
what's righteous and what's not righteous.
so in that scenario, or are you speaking in general, or even in that scenario, do you know who is who?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, man, black people as if, like, you know what I'm saying, Abel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
White people as Cain.
Okay.
And,
No, I'm just interested in the whole breakdown of it, and what you were saying, because it's I'm so explain it again though. Being that black folks would be in a position of Abel, and Europeans Cain.
yeah, because my whole premise of that was this though, just saying like how.
What do we do? What I'm saying, or what do we bring to the table in your eyes, and that terms are they jealous of?
Righteousness. You understand? Like, because you gotta think about it, right?
Uh-huh.
If I'm gonna bomb you, you know what I'm saying, and take your community from you,
Uh-huh.
because, you know what I'm saying, the way that, you know what I'm saying, you loving your families, the way you're taking care of your families, the way that you're educating your families.
You talking about the black folks at that time?
Yeah,
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah,
I get what you when we were a community and educated and building our own everything. I get what you're saying. Now everything you're saying is making sense. Everything you're saying. I was looking at it from today. You feel me? No, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, those folks that were doing that was a very jealous aspect.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, like, what we doing that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, why
we're not even fooling with y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't even fooling with y'all. Like, this is literally our offering to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And we walking the way He telling us to walk. And we doing it, you know what I'm saying, like this. And so when that happened, and, when you take that hope away from people, I don't even see much hope. When you take that people, you know what I'm saying, light away like that, you have people feeling like, man, like there's no hope for us. And when people feel like there's no hope, it makes the heart sick. You feel me? And when the heart is sick, the heart do some wicked things.
Straight up.
That's what you know what I'm saying,
Straight up. No, that's real.
And that's kind of like why I'm looking at the plight of us now. That's why I say, man, we hurting. Because I'm seeing it happen. And I'm going like, man, this is not cool. But we make it.
We're trying to. The bad thing about it is we're trying to make. It's just so crazy to me. Like, we have to stay. Listen, we have to stay in chaos and in pain, because the music industry is profiting off of the chaos and the pain. So if you're not from chaos and pain, you can't make money.
Because it's like who controls
the narratives.
The narrative, like, you know what I'm saying? Who controls like the platforms? Not so much, who controls the platforms?
When I tell you it's gonna be the same thing that Kanye was saying, that they try to lie and say you anti-Semitic about. But there's nothing but Jews at the top of those companies. I'm talking about who owns it. And even when you look at and I'm not saying this as Jewish people or this that. Listen, man, one thing I know about Jews, this is flat out. They're either going to be extremely righteous, bro, or they're not going to give two lovelies about anything except a dollar. It's one or the other. There's no in between. Like they're like, because that is chosen people. You get what I'm saying? And they do have that blessing of God over their life. Same as the Arabs. That's why the Arabs have the oil. Or Arabs and Jews. And I'm not mad at Jews for being at the top of everything, because due to Abraham, they are promised and guaranteed to be at the top of everything. So I'm not mad about that. I'm just telling you what it is. But we know for a fact, due to Abraham having the Arabs and the Jews being his children, they're blessed forever. Arabs will have the oil until Jesus comes back. Period. They will have wealth until it comes back. Jewish people, for whatever reason, money just flows to their hands, son. They're good with numbers. They're great with business. All of that is intelligence that they have been blessed with by God. In no way, shape, or form can I go against that. But I know a few of them, bro, that profit cleanly off of the destruction of other races. Like, who are you to tell black folks what music is good for them?
Yeah, because it profits them.
Because it profits them. And it doesn't just profit them with the music. You keep on listening to this music, you're going to fill up them privatized jails we building too.
You know what I'm saying? Because what? We got product that we need to sell to y'all that we got to create, man.
Yep.
We got to create this. We got to create how we create this stuff. And you think we're about to do it like without child labor or without free labor?
Son,
man, yeah, mind.
These people that invest into these privatized prisons are guaranteed like 85% occupancy rates. How can you guarantee that you're going to have this jail filled at 85% at any random moment that you walk in here?
Correct.
That's a lot of petty crime, bro.
It is a lot of petty crime, bro.
That's a lot of non-violent offenders I'm seeing.
Not just this, though. Let me hit you with this. This is something that, like, I was trying to tell my brothers and sisters yesterday in a group chat. That, like, because they're talking about, like, my sister was like, man, it's so good. Like, you know, like, man, Louisiana, you know, they're going to approve a bill to start castrating, you know, child offenders. Or not child offenders, but, like, you know, sexual offenders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you know? And I said, that's a bad thing. That's a bad move. I said, this is why. I said, because what happened to all those people who are innocent? You know what I'm saying? You know, what happened to those people? Like, who will come back out like 10 years from now? And they'd be like, oh, that wasn't really him. That was somebody else.
Yeah.
I said, I'm for it if it's not like, you know, like, if it's concrete evidence, and it's like, you know, like, man, and like, we know that we know? Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know? I'm with that. But
and by castrating, what do they mean? Just physically chopping it all off?
Yeah, I'm chopping it all off. I see. I think about this too, though, right?
Hey, so when they do this, no, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm stuck on this. I'm like, hold up, brother, hold up, pump the brake. Like, we can't go an inch further. Pause. Look, we can't go an inch further until I get this cleared up, right?
Yeah.
You didn't hit me, son. I kept cutting you off. Like, no, wait.